Just to clarify, there ain't no technical issues. When you guys keep talking smack, I'm gonna keep it on the starting soon screen. What's going on, guys? I see you guys in the chat, man. Impatient! Get 15 seconds into this stuff and people's like, where's everyone at? Where's everyone at? I'm coming, man. I'm coming. Just give me a second. Damn. So what's going on, you guys? Appreciate you coming to another Addict Show. We talk about the past, present, future of gaming. Got my co-host with me, Hustle and Motivate.
What's up? Y'all gotta pardon me for not being on camera today. And in the words of Frank Ocean, a tornado flew around my room, and I forgot how the rest of that goes. But yeah, it's looking pretty bad in here. I'm moving some stuff around, so it's just, you know, that's why I say, well, let me just kill the camera. And I really wanted to be here, and I'm glad I was able to make it, because boy, I didn't know what was about to happen. I thought I was gonna have to move in with my grandmother for like a month while my car was getting fixed, but thankfully I don't have to do that. Thank y'all for, letting me come back at it. I was starting to think you was about to give me the boot. I didn't know Dirk was going to be on today. So I'm like, well, damn. I said, he found my replacement pretty quick, didn't he? I said, damn. I said, all right.
Dirk, with Dirk, it's like, if he available, he coming on kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what's stopping fucking with you. But no, it's, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Hey, I do want to say this, though. Addict, I extend my thank you to you. That thing that y'all did with having the whole community to submit like the short little videos, I saw.
Yeah, man, that was fire, man.
Yeah, I saw, I
Took
saw
a lot of
Kofi
work.
there. I saw DPS. Yeah, I can only imagine. No, that's super dope, man. We definitely could use some more of that. Hit my line.
Now it's no Mav work. Mav did some crazy stuff that
Mav
I would
too,
never touch
I
with
see it yet.
a wooden stick, man. Like that editing that he did on that was so crazy. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. He put some work in that, man.
I had to take a look at it. I haven't seen it yet. I saw when he tweeted it. I retweeted it for him, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'll catch that afterwards.
Someone wants to know, is Hustle going to be watching with you guys on June 12th? That's up to Hustle. He do got another set of people he likes to communicate and do stuff with. It's up to Hustle if he wants to be part of that.
Who are the other people who I communicate with, Addict? Who are they?
You said that you didn't. You said
I'm playing. I'm joking. I'm joking before they think I'm serious. No. I don't know what's going on. I'll probably be with y'all more than likely, and then I might just head straight out and then do the after reactions with the troubleshooters. Shout out to my gang and my squad, man. That was just still up in the air, and I think I canceled on everybody because I didn't know whether I was gonna be here in that. But I rock with y'all first, and then I'm gonna rock with them second, and then we do our thing. But thank you, whoever that was in the chat. Thank you for asking. I do appreciate, I appreciate the fact that y'all like me that much to be like, where's Hustle? Damn, I never thought I'd see this day.
Well, yeah, obviously. And then we got Dirt Griggity, man. What's going on, Dirt?
What is up, man? I'm happy to be back, brother. What's happening? That's 2 weeks in a row, man. Thanks for having me, man.
I actually started your prediction show last night. I was playing South Park Stick of Truth, and I wanted something to listen to in the background. I was like, "Oh, Dirt's his prediction show is because I'm on my prediction bag, man. I got the little notepad, like see who's going right, who's going wrong.
Right.
Obviously, one thing I will point out is Kid Smooth and Boom are not right. If they're right, that would be the best E3. I mean, I need to stop with this best E3 thing.
What?
That would be the best Xbox conference that they have ever done if they're right on that. Man, Smooth was even saying release dates.
Oh, wow.
Release dates. He said like Starfield's going to come out 3/3/23.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be epic, man. It's going to be epic. So we have a lot of show for you guys today. We're going to talk about the Xbox Showcase. Kind of give it like a last call. It's not going to be like a full-blown prediction like we did a couple weeks ago. Hustle wasn't here on that show, so I want to give him the opportunity to get his bars off when it comes to that particular topic. We got some God of War might getting delayed, a 2023 conversation. Hustle did inform me before the show that some people might be on Twitter debunking that. I haven't looked into that yet, but even if it got debunked, we still gonna talk about it. And then we got the State of Play review from last Thursday. We did give a little bit of a predictions on what we might or might not see on that. So we're gonna talk about how that show ended out. And then we're going to talk about more games coming to PC on the PlayStation brand because that's my favorite topic.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about that first. The PlayStation games coming to PC. Please tell me, Hustle, because I know Dirt saw it. Please tell me, Hustle, you saw Last of Us getting leaked and it's coming to PC.
Yeah, but I don't really think that's much of a... Well, y'all can't see what I'm doing. Leak in quotations. That's not really much of a leak. Ever since Sony or Jim Ryan announced the acquisition of Nexus, however you pronounce it, the official PC porters. I don't know what you call them, developers, what have you. When I saw when we heard that announcement, and then we saw some type of paperwork involving Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy at some point. This was a little while ago. When we saw all that, I said, "Oh yeah, it's not only is it coming, we just got to know when." The first game we saw during that PlayStation event was Spider-Man. Because a lot of people, and I knew what it was.
We'll get to that.
Okay, all right. So I guess I'll save my thoughts on that. As far as Uncharted being there, oh wait, where is that date?
It was Last of Us.
Oh, I said Uncharted. My fault. As far as The Last of Us, I saw something today on Twitter. Shout out to BG Broken Games HDL. Y'all make sure y'all check out Weapon World each and every Sunday at 5:45 p.m. He had tweeted out
weird
something.
Time, BG, 5:45 p.m.
Hey, well, it is what it is. But I saw and I'm looking for the tweet now. Somebody had tweeted out something extremely cryptic, and it was a date. It was I think it was 2/9/22, which would translate to September 2nd, because I think dude was from overseas. So that translates to September 2nd. So no, I'm not surprised that we seeing that. My only, I guess, question is, what in the hell is taking them so long? I mean, you got the people over there. You bring the big dogs over here first. Nobody's gonna rebuy The Last of Us 1, except as this remake. I'm gonna rebuy it because that's my second favorite game of all time. But like, for real, man, throw that joint on PC, man. And it actually leads me to believe that Factions 2 is going to be integrated with Factions 1. I know that's popular. It was running around anyway. So I kind of, when we see that announcement or that rumor added of it going to PC, it's like, oh yeah, that's probably Factions 2. And they'll probably make you pay $70 for it and everything too. So.
Oh, that's gonna be funny if they supposedly this remake's gonna like have certain of the features rebuilt from the ground up, so I'm kind of curious if that's on their day and date. On what happens if they release that version on the rumored remake, that's the version that comes, and it comes their day and date when the remaster comes out, the remake comes out. Now, do you think that might be us revisiting if they ever do a day and date? Because I feel like if they do that, sure, is that technically a remake from a previous game? Yes. But we can't act like that's a little bit... That's like equivalent to Resident Evil 4 being a exclusive to a platform like Nintendo, Microsoft, and PlayStation. And this coming up one is coming to PC day and date. So like, I feel like, look, it's technically an old game, but it's not an old game at the same time because they're rebuilding it from the ground up. It's got new features. It's not the same game we played back in 2013 was when Last of Us came out.
Yep, 2013.
Yeah,
yep.
So what do you feel about that hustle? You think that maybe we get a little closer to that day and date conversation? Maybe we can have that conversation more and more.
I don't think so. I think that this may be an outlier for the simple fact that they do want to release Factions 2. And if again, the Factions 2 is integrated in Part 1, like a lot of people are speculating that it is, then I feel like this don't count. Even though it's a remake and it's rebuilt from the ground up, I get it. I feel like this isn't like a new title. This is still The Last of Us. They would have to add, in order for your point, I feel like for your point to be like valid, like an Xbox thing, the way it's day and date, in order for that to be a valid type of thing, we would have to see a lot more in that game. We would have to see like cutscenes with Ellie in it when you can, how you'll run through the game. And you should be able to like play from her perspective. If we see different stuff like that, I understand your point, but I feel like that's stretching it just a little bit. That's just in my opinion, my humble opinion. I feel like that's a stretch. That's a bit of a stretch for me.
Man, but it's Addict. I'm gonna stretch stuff, man.
I got
Call
you.
me Mr. Fantastic. I'm stretching this arm all the way to the other side of the ship.
You know what, Reed Richards, you got it. But here's what I'll say though. Here's exactly what I'll say.
I forgot his name. I only know.
Yeah, it's Reed Richards. I was watching that yesterday on Disney Plus.
I was actually about to say something that probably would have spoiled something. I probably would have got upset. Is that the person? Nah, never mind. We won't go.
Okay. Well, no, we don't gotta go there. But what I will say is if we take it, if we were taking it there, it's not like it's new, but it's old. Do that make sense? Like, yeah, they remade it, but it's still old. Like a lot of that stuff would have to change. A lot of things would have to be added in order for this to be like a day and date release W for like people who care about that type of thing. For me, oh man, Addict, if it is like that and it's on PC day one, you know I'm getting it first, right? PS5 for to take a road trip.
As you should.
Man. I'm just saying. Hey, Dirk, how you feel about that, Dirk? Keep it real, because you like The Last of Us too. Keep it real, man.
Love The Last of Us, man. Love The Last of Us. So the question was, will it, if it launches day and date? Well, all right, hold on, let me get this right. So the question is, do you think it will launch day and date? Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay. I think anything's possible, my man. Right? Because anything's possible because you think about the past. Excuse me. I never thought PlayStation games would be on PC to begin with. Whether they're 3-4-year-old games, 2-year-old games, they're on PC. So my point is things are changing. It's obvious things are changing. And I believe if this game, The Last of Us remakes release on PC day one, I believe, I won't be surprised. I believe it's definitely possible. The way PlayStation is moving, I don't know why anybody would be surprised at this point. Like you guys are talking about Nixus. We know for a fact Nixus was acquired because they port console games to PC. That's their specialty.
Efficiently.
Right, and they do it great. That's their specialty. So when PlayStation big studios, Naughty Dog, the Sony Santa Monica, when they're developing their games, they don't have to worry about porting it to PC. That's why they have Nixus. So I do believe it's possible. Obviously, I don't know if this is what's going to happen, but I won't be surprised if it does release day one on PC as well as PS5.
I do feel like there's a chance that we might see this Last of Us come to day and date with PC and PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I think that means like God of War, like a future installment comes day and date? I guess that's up in the air. Obviously,
right.
Ragnarok is definitely coming to PlayStation 5 first. There's no denying that.
Right.
I don't think nothing is changed with that kind of thought process. But if they are willing to let Last of Us Remake come out for the PC first, if that's what they do, then where does that leave the next God of War, the next Horizon? Like, I feel like if you're gonna let it do one, all it takes is one little hole in the armor, and then before you know it, Sony like, yo, this Last of Us sold well on PC.
Oh, exactly.
It's like, okay, what can the next God of War do?
Exactly.
maybe we're putting a game out too long before it hits another platform, and everyone's been spoiled on the story. There's no more hype in the game. So, I think that might open up a little bit of doors, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think maybe by the end of the generation, this generation now, you'll start seeing games day and date, like next 4 or 5 years. So, let's what's that thing called when people say they go from one topic to another?
Transition? Segue?
No. Segue. That's right. Segue. Let's segue ourselves to God of War potentially being delayed to 2023. Keep in mind, this is with a giant thing of salt. If I had salt on me, I would pour it out, but don't. So you're gonna have to just visualize it. Supposedly, from leaked insiders or whatever it is, whoever these people are, I don't know. We're just talking about it because it's on Twitter. God of War might have been pushed back to 2023. First thing I want, Dirt, is what was you doing when you read this, and what was your first thought process?
Honestly, I was like, okay, I was looking at the source. I said, okay, this is not the first time I saw it was VG chart. So I said, okay, but they said rumor. So it's not confirmation yet. It's not official. But so that was my first thought. Is this official? Is this official? Then I looked around to see Sony didn't say anything yet. So I said, okay, it's not official yet. But my second thought was very interesting. All right. I mean, this is every game has been delayed, right? The last 3 years, pretty much. I think the only game that hasn't been delayed was Forza Horizon 5, maybe. Every other game has been delayed. People want to say, Horizon and Gran Turismo 7 came out. Yeah, those games were originally 2021 games.
And that's the funny part. Just interrupt you real quick, Dirt.
Huh?
Last of Us 2 was delayed, remember?
Yeah.
Because at a point, this was the start of the pandemic. They delayed it indefinitely till they figured out what they were going to do with it.
Right.
Horizon's been delayed. Returnal was delayed, and I think Returnal was delayed, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was delayed.
Yeah, I think so.
And you can arguably have a point that maybe Returnal and Horizon should have been delayed longer because they had a lot of, I wouldn't say a little bit more on Returnal than Horizon. Horizon had a lot of annoying glitches, but it didn't have a whole lot of game breaking glitches. But Returnal came out was broken just about. It was constantly crashing systems. It was so bad that the developers was saying it's the box. It's
I
just
remember that. I remember that.
Let me get this super chat real quick. We got a super chat from KO3 Black Truth. What's good, fellas? The hype is real. Xbox Showcase going to be lit. WBG on Monday. Solo podcast yesterday. And the Addict Show today. ... Dirt every day.
Black Truth. Black Truth. What's up, brother?
Yes, I appreciate the generosity. So look, when it comes to it's look, People need to stop acting like stuff like Starfield, Redfall getting delayed
Yeah.
is only happening to Xbox. Like,
absolutely.
Like, the only reason it's not happening to PlayStation is because they're not releasing any more games right now.
No.
Like, Ratchet and Clank. Was Ratchet and Clank ever delayed?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe that one wasn't delayed. Yeah, maybe that one wasn't.
Not that
Gran
I can remember,
Turismo was delayed.
Yeah.
Like, literally almost every game that Sony has put out in the past 3 years has been delayed. Oh, yes,
Thank you for saying
delayed.
that.
So apparently
Ratchet
it was delayed.
It was a Ratchet Clank. Yeah, I don't think it was a big delay, but it was a delay. Yeah, now you said. Hey, you know what? I'm glad you said that because that's the thing, right? Us Xbox guys, you know, we're waiting, right? Unfortunately, we have a waiting game that we're playing right now. But the industry in general, every game has been delayed, even multi-plats. Indies. We just saw how the game, what's the game? What's the indie game that looks amazing?
And technically, Redfall didn't even get a street date. It just got a release window.
Right.
And Starfield only got delayed one time because it's only got one release date.
Yeah. So this is what's going on right now. You know, we all talk trash. We have fun. You know, when Starfield and Redfall was delayed, you know, PlayStation guys, they let us know about it. And, you know, it was kind of rough for a few days, but
yeah, we had to stay off Twitter those couple days. We had to stay off Twitter.
It was rough. Even some Xbox guys lost their mind. Oh my God. But God of War, listen, I am a huge fan of the game. If it gets delayed, will I talk trash? Absolutely, because, you know, that's just the nature of the beast. But I understand it. I mean, every game is getting delayed right now. So, yes, man, I'll be okay with it. And I do think it's definitely possible. I'm not going to run with it until it's official from PlayStation themselves. But, yeah, man, like I said, it's no surprise. And this is the nature of the beast right now. Every game is getting delayed.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but Replaced is that game that we
Replaced, thank you.
Yes.
Even indie games have to begin delayed, you know, yeah.
Shout out to the chat for that. Yeah, shout out to the chat for
Thank you, guys.
We're playing on consoles that should have been delayed in general. Like, it's just like, look, like...
I don't know about that one, Addict. You talking about the PS5 and the Series X and the Series...
You know, maybe a little bit more on the PS5 than the Series X. Maybe a little bit more on that. You know, I feel like the Series X came out and it was hitting the beat correctly. PlayStation 5 came out, you're hearing about overheating issues. The rest mode was locking people's consoles down. Returnal was turning PlayStation 5s off.
Oh man,
I had that game day one, and I got a day one PS5. My joint been good, and I don't put my console in rest mode at all. Like, yo, I don't know who does that. Like that, I never felt like. Do y'all put your computers in like standby mode? Like I would never. I completely shut up.
Hustle. You know what? On my PS4 Pro, I used to put it in rest mode. Now with the PS5, I don't. I just completely cut it off. So I used to, like I said, with the PS4, but now I just cut it off.
I mean, at the end of the day, Hustle, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like, you know, that when it comes to God of War, like, you know, we were talking a little bit about before the podcast, you know, spoiler alert, Hustle's still on the God of War coming out this year, which I hope he is, because it's kind of dry out there, man. It's a desert out there right now. We need something. We need a Niagara Falls, and I will say God of War it will definitely feed some people, man. We all thirsty, and that's some water.
I feel like, according to what I saw today in terms of like that rumored Last of Us thing, if Last of Us does drop in September, then God of War is dropping in November. Now, God of War, from what I understand, doesn't typically. Well, I know the last one didn't drop in November; it dropped in March. But because we've seen a lot of things in terms of promotion on Twitter, on social media, right? Now, before y'all say, "Well, Hustle, that's social media. That's the new wave. That is the new commercial. That is the new everything." Everybody got their phone in their hand. A lot of people on Twitter. Everybody watching the NBA finals on YouTube TV. Et cetera, so on and so forth. We've seen a lot of things just in terms of promotion. Like we saw something for National Accessibility Day. I saw something today. I was telling the Addict and Dirt about it today. Somebody was using like the photo mode. We heard another announcement about photo mode in the God of War God of War 1 or 2018, whatever you want to call it. Then we saw like another rollout in terms of like God of War, the 2018 game. It was already on the PS5 Plus collection, but now it's just on PS5 Plus altogether now. So like, these things have been constant. Even with like when dude, who who sadly hurt his back. I don't know the gentleman. He voices Kratos. Y'all know who I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, Christopher Judge.
Yes, when that gentleman hurt his back, even when, because he up and tweeted that, hey yo, my fault, the game taking too long, y'all. I hurt my back or whatever. Yeah. And everybody was responding to him. What you think that was? You know, like that. Everything is a rollout, dog. Everything is a rollout. And I'll tell y'all this. I mean, if it was me and I was on like the marketing team, I mean, you know, because I kind of feel like they need to put me there because I would have that game God of War in so many different areas and arenas because we know PlayStation diehards are going to buy it. But I'd have to make the hip hop heads buy it, the soccer moms buy it. I will be putting that promotion each and everywhere. Let me kill whoever this is in this chat.
Yeah, brother.
Hold on, but
they pop up everywhere.
Yeah, it do. But but yeah, that game is coming out this year, and I feel like it's coming out in November. And if I'm PlayStation, and look, I know Jason's right. Jason, if you're listening, don't take Hustle's word too serious. But if I'm Sony Santa Monica, and we crunching, dog, because Microsoft don't got nothing at the top of the year, or don't have nothing in the holidays like they normally do. Yeah, Call of Duty will be there, but people who buy Call of Duty will buy it anyway. I feel like they're gonna buy it anyway. I feel like this is PlayStation's like opportunity to be like, now here we go, and they can drop it a week after, and it'll be cool. Like, now here we go, we got it, and y'all know God of War gonna do 10-15 mil, dog. So. And it's on PS4 too. It's on PS4 and PS5. So y'all know it's going to do, 10, 15, possibly 20 million. It might hit that Last of Us number. And you know what I mean? Like, or Last of Us Part 1. It might hit those numbers, but I definitely anticipate this game coming out this year. And if they don't, then, Sony, or Herman Hulse, whoever, Jim Ryan, whoever, yeah, they need a foot up there behind because they're just the opportunity. Like, this is the time you do it, in my opinion.
And let me say this right quick. I believe if The Last of Us thing is true for September, I believe God of War definitely isn't coming out this year. Because they don't want to go, even though God of War is a monster of a franchise, still being in November, or even October, because COD comes out in October this year. I don't know. Maybe November is a little open, but I don't know, man. I just don't think Sony usually doesn't release their games in the holiday season like that.
All I'm saying is, look, could God of War come out this year? Yes, and I actually really hope it does. Like, I might joke around, but I really enjoyed God of War 2018. I'm a little worried because it's not a trilogy, and I feel like there's a lot of story that they could potentially tell. It seems like they're focusing the rivalry between Kratos and Thor in this game. And I'm just like, what are they going to do with Odin? If there's not a third game, what are they going to do with Odin? Like, am I fighting them both at the same time? Like, how are they going to finish all that? Like, I'm a little worried how they're going to, like, connect the dots with that. But, if anyone could do it, it's definitely them. It's just, like, I feel like we in almost mid-June, guys. And we ain't saw a release date. We ain't really saw too much gameplay, if you want to get technical. We've seen a little bit of splites when it comes to, like, a little bit here, then like a cutscene here, a little bit here, then a cutscene here. We haven't seen anything full blown. And keep in mind, most of the time, right before they show a brand new game, not a brand new game, but before they release a game, they usually dedicate an entire state of play to it. We haven't got that. They just did a state of play not too long ago, last Thursday. We're about to talk about that. So it's like, to me, when are they doing it? Like, because anyone that knows anything about marketing takes time. It's not something you do in a couple days. So we're about to be in July, which obviously this is a big month. They could easily show it this month. Easily. It could be at the Summer Games tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
For all we know, I personally feel like that's not their MO. They've never really done something like that. Now, they might do it this year, but maybe because that's all they have this year. So, they're not going to do a whole showcase for them. But to me, they've never really gave something is the caliber of God of War to someone else. Like, they've never done that. Like, to me, they're going to do that on their own show. Maybe we'll see some kind of story montage at the Summer Game Show, and at the end of that, they'll say, tune in on like the 18th or 19th for a state of play revolved around God of War. To me, that's the only thing that makes sense. Like, now, obviously, they might give Jeff, what's his name?
Keighley.
Jeff Keighley that the privilege of showing something like that. But if you do remember, Jeff Keighley himself is kind of keeping people's expectations low. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not telling you not to hype his event up, but he is kind of telling you, yo, we have stuff we're revisiting. But to me, it seems like we got a bunch of average games to good games that people love. We don't have anything that's going to, like, blow everyone's socks off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, look, like, sure, Elden Ring was shown last year, and he kind of gave the same vibe last year. But Elden Ring is a third-party game. It's not first-party. And if it was at Xbox, I'm very confident Xbox is going to show something tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm pretty sure they're going to show something tomorrow. But that is not Sony's MO. And, like, I guess you guys want me... To me, I just can't see Sony doing that. I can't see Sony taking something as big as God of War, probably the biggest game they're going to have for a couple years, and just say, Jeff Keighley, you want to show this? You know, we could easily do a whole state of play, hype people up really good by it. You want to do this? I just can't see that.
I don't know. There's a couple different things you could think about. In 2018, I remember PlayStation announcing it on Twitter. God of War is coming out, whatever date it was. Was it April? March, April? They announced it like a month before. If I remember correctly, they announced it. You know, they had a trailer. Said God of War is coming this day. And I do remember that. So maybe they might do something like that again. Or if they announce it tomorrow with a release date for this year, okay, that'd be great. But if they announce something or have a gameplay trailer tomorrow and still no release date, or, you know, I think that's pretty strong indication that it most likely won't come out this year. But I guess we'll see. You know, it's just all speculation right now.
So what do you add to Phil Hustle? I know that you're 100% on that, but I just personally feel like they're going to show it later on in the year, Hustle, and then later on in the year they're going to be like, oh, and then here's the release date. It's going to be in 2023, but they're gonna show a good presentation on State of Play. They're gonna captivate people. That's what I felt like they should have did with Starfield. Show us some good gameplay, and in the name say 2023. Because to me, I'm gonna die on that hill. Just delaying a game.
But you know what? No. I'm sorry. I saw you finish your point.
To me, delaying a game that we have not seen nothing about and not giving us any context to what that game was and just randomly delaying it, I feel like that was a mistake.
See, I disagree with you, and I'm going to explain why. I believe the way they did it makes better sense. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Announcing Starfield has been delayed a month or two before the showcase is good, because if they would have showed some great gameplay, right, after they had already release date etched in stone, if they would have showed some great gameplay and then they ended it with 2023, people would have disregarded the gameplay. Example, September 2020, PlayStation had a great showcase. They had a great showcase. I remember watching it. Like, this is a damn good show. But at the end of the show, all people could talk about was how Horizon Forbidden West was cross-generation. They didn't even talk about the show. So in my opinion, if Xbox would have showed some great Starfield gameplay and they ended it with 2023, people would be like, oh, it's delayed. Oh, they would have ignored the gameplay. Just my opinion.
I get that, and I still understand where you guys are coming from. It's one of those scenarios where I understand it. I might not agree, and I'm not even disagreeing with you guys. I could see why they did that, but I personally feel like you go up there, you show great gameplay, you hype people up, and then at the end of that, you know, sure, you're gonna get people upset, but you're gonna get people upset regardless if you delay it 2 months from now, a year from now, the day before. You're gonna get people upset, but at least people would have seen, yo, it got delayed, but yo, that looked good. That looked good. Like,
yeah. I mean, I can see that, but I don't think that would have been the case. Because, like I said, Sony had a great show in September 2020, and nobody was talking about the show. They was talking about, we believe in generations. Jim Ryan lied to y'all. So even some PlayStation guys was upset about it. Like, yo, they, you know. So I don't know.
Well, Addict, I'll say this to answer your question. If they do show something at Summer Games Fest, I almost called it the Achilles. If they do show something at Summer Games Fest, it probably will be like an announcement before an announcement. It'll probably just be like, hey, like a recap of what we already got when that state of play happened with God of War. It'll be something super quick to be like, and it'll be an announcement to be like, hey, check out such and such for God of War on, because we haven't heard a date for PlayStation stuff, have we?
No, there's no. I'm assuming there's a showcase in like August. I remember there was a rumor it was supposed to be at like the end of May, then June. You know how these PlayStation insiders are. I get more stuff right than they do, but it's just I want that show, and that's where I feel like they're going to show God of War. That's why I don't buying on this. We're going to show this at the Summer Games Fest, because unless they're not going to have a show this year. So you mean to tell, like, look, if God of War shows up tomorrow with a release date at the Summer Games Show, I'm going to come out here and say PlayStation ain't showing up this year. Because why would you give your biggest playing card, especially if it comes out this year, to someone else when you have your own show? What you going to end your show with?
That's a great, you know what? That's a great point, Addict. If they, you know what? I didn't think about that. If they show that tomorrow, does that mean PlayStation's not having a show? Because even with a game, like you said, like God of War, they would even do a state of play to show off that title because it's a huge title. That's a great point. Yes, like tomorrow's going to be so much more interesting. Thanks a lot, Addict.
Let me get these super chats real quick. We got a $10 super chat from JD Gamer. Sony better delay God of War. They have nothing for Xbox Onslaught in 2023. 2023 will be the year of Xbox, so Sony sitting in a window saying, maybe we shouldn't have poked the dang bear. You know what, JD Gamer?
Yeah, JD.
You know what? I think you're on to something. Let me get this $10 super chat down here. We got a $10 super chat from Raiden Blade.
My boy Raiden Blade, what's up, man?
Yeah, Raiden Blade's been part of the ILP listeners for a while, man.
Yeah, man, great guy,
great guy. I believe that we will be seeing the replacement for Starfield and Redfall. Avowed was in studio, were bought before the ZeniMax stable, so if only right, the biggest surprise would be Rise 2 or Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat. Now look, Raiden, I'm gonna save the super chat for the Xbox Bethesda last call topic, because I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna start that here in a second. All right, so let's move off of this because I feel like the Xbox Bethesda thing is gonna be the biggest thing we talk about today. Let's move on to the state of play. Any of you watch state of play thing? Did you watch it, Hustle? I know Dirt watched it. Did you watch it, Hustle?
I did. I'm a little foggy on the memory, so I will look up a lot of that stuff, but I definitely caught it when it was live last week.
Best state of play they've ever did. Best state of play they've ever did by far.
I thought it was great.
It's cool. It's cool.
I was entertained from the time it started to the time it ended. That's the kind of pacing I want the Xbox show to have Sunday. Like, that pacing was phenomenal. Now look, you could debate if you like the games that was shown. That's not pacing. Pacing is how you show and what goes on and how long they keep people talking. If they do game to game, that's pacing. Mm-hmm. Pacing has nothing to do with the taste of games that they've shown. There's been years Microsoft's had good pacing. I just didn't like the games. Mm-hmm. But that's the kind of pacing I would appreciate Microsoft to have. This state of play was fantastic. It was
I agree.
Good show that, that Sony's still in this. Like, I will say it was good for Xbox gamers too. I will say that because we saw stuff like Street Fighter is finally out of the exclusivity department. It's going to be a multiplayer game, which I think a lot of people kind of figured. I was a little bit in the middle because I figured Sony has Evo. Sony helped them so much with Street Fighter 5. I don't know when Street Fighter 6 was originally in play. I know Street Fighter 5 wasn't a huge success for Capcom. It was a good success, but I didn't know when they dropped Street Fighter 5 and started on 6. For all we know, they could have started this game like 3 or 4 years ago, and Sony already so it's nice to see, because I do personally, we'll get the Hustle here in a second, but I personally feel like getting Street Fighter 6 back to the Xbox platform is huge.
I agree. I agree.
So how do you feel, Hustle? This is how we're going to kick it, man.
Yeah.
What was the highlight thing that you remember out of it that you really enjoyed? And what did you think when Street Fighter when you found out? Because obviously they're not going to say it on the State of Play. Yo, we coming to the competition too. They're going to put on their PS4 and PS5.
Right, of course. Right.
You know what's funny? People didn't even know that Street Fighter 6 was coming out for Xbox One. Because if you look at the marketing for it, it says Xbox Series S and X.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it is coming off of Xbox One also.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, fighting games.
What time is the Summer Game Show tomorrow?
I think 2 o'clock in Eastern time. 2 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh my God, that's
Is
so
it?
early.
Yeah, it's so early, man.
Man, all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Man, I had to leave. Let's take a half a day at work just to stream it.
Well, I won't be able to see it at all. But let me, before I answer that question, Street Fighter 6. I'll start there because I don't want to forget. It's cool that Street Fighter is coming back to multi-platform. Well, coming back, let's to Xbox. I want to see everybody who was excited for it. Y'all got to play that. I tried Street Fighter 5, but I just wasn't feeling it too much. The gentleman in the very beginning, I don't know what his name is. I'm not sure. I'm not the fighting game cat, but it's giving me Street Fighter 3 vibes. And let me explain to y'all what I mean. All right, so when Street Fighter 3 first came out, Dirt, I think you're a little bit older than me, but you remember when it first came in the arcade, and a lot of people were trying to get Capcom was trying to get away from Ryu and Ken. So a lot of those characters you saw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of those characters you saw in the beginning, like you saw a big key component on Alex at that point.
Alex, yeah.
It didn't really work, and these are the vibes that I'm getting again now. So with the Street Fighter 6 thing in particular, I saw it looked like an NBA 2K. Like my park or whatever that is, how you get to run around. That's what it kind of reminded me of. I'm like, well, they tried to make it open world, but I wonder if it's just like a Dragon Ball Fighters thing, where you just run around looking for people to go fight. And I don't know if
the
it's
story mode or something. Their story mode. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's going to be fully fleshed out. Also, I doubt very seriously that Capcom makes the same mistakes that they did with Street Fighter 5. Let me explain what I mean by that. I did, and I still got Street Fighter 5 sitting around here somewhere. I played like the 4 matches. It's a story mode. It's only like 4 matches. Mm-hmm. It's not even like, I wouldn't even count that as like a story mode. It was just like 4 quick little fights, and they had like text at the bottom. But I guess must have been beforehand, but where they had like a dedicated story mode, the one that y'all see on the internet and all that. So I kind of feel like they're going to correct that. I don't think they're going to have those quick little mini fights anymore. I just want to say this. We had saw some, y'all say friends of the show, or friend of the show, right? Paris, he had made a comment, about who wants Killer Instinct. Hey, listen, I tell you this, I want Killer Instinct, and I'll tell you why. If Street Fighter 6 hit like Street Fighter 5 in the very beginning with terrible online and and it just don't hit the same, then we always need that competition. And Street Fighter Killer Instinct is different from a Street Fighter. It's different from Mortal Kombat. It's different from a Blaze Blue. It's different from a Dragon Ball Fighters. And this is why we kind of need that variety in the fighting game genre. It's different. All that stuff is different from Tekken. And this is why I enjoy the fighting game space a lot too. Because you got a wide variety of stuff that you can always play. And I know I'm going off topic, but I don't mean to. But you got a wide variety of stuff that you can always play. And everything is a little bit different, and everything has its own place. Addict, I hope I answered your question there. But the game that I that kind of shocked me a little bit, aside from Marvel Spider-Man going to PC, and I guess we're gonna talk about that at some point, was a game called Roller Dome. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it's like a cel-shaded game.
Yeah, I saw it.
I think that's gonna be available everywhere, but that's dope. That to me was like super dope. I love the art style and stuff like that. Yep,
it looked fun.
It do for real. So I'm gonna take a crack at it. I'm gonna take a crack at that.
Yep. Yeah, I do feel like Dirt. Clearly, I saw you post about it, man. We'll bring up a little bit about the Spider-Man. I want to go through both of you two real quick after we talk about Dirt's highlight. Dirt, once again, same question that I asked Hustle. What was the highlight of the show to you, and what was your thought process when you saw that Street Fighter?
Yo, first off, I agree with what you said. This was the best state of play they ever had. It was a game that had some great multiplats. Like first off, remember when you guys asked me what's my most anticipated game this year, and I said Callisto Protocol, and you guys like, yeah, okay. Boom, that looked great. look absolutely amazing. I can't wait for that game. Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, I never actually finished that game back in the day. So to see that the remake is going to be a thing, I can't wait for it, because I finished the remake of Part 2 and Part 3 because I didn't finish them back in the day. So I'm really looking forward to that. All of the game, I like almost every game. Now the VR games, not really my thing, but I know they had to show what they had to show. But back to your point, Street Fighter 6, I think is huge because a lot of Xbox folks last generation, when Street Fighter 5 was announced to be PlayStation 4 exclusive, a lot of people was upset. A lot of people was upset about it. And to see that it's coming back to Xbox and it's multi-platform, I think that's great. And it looks pretty good to me. It looks pretty good. I'm not a huge Street Fighter guy. Like growing up, Street Fighter was the stuff in the early 90s when I like my teenage years. Then Mortal Kombat just kind of grabbed me and I didn't look at Street Fighter the same way ever again, right? But Street Fighter is a solid game. I can't wait to play. I'm definitely going to buy it this time. But yeah, I thought the show was damn good.
It's like I said, great pacing.
Yep.
That was by far, that was like a Nintendo Direct pacing.
Yeah.
And most of the time, Nintendo Direct don't got nothing I want. Like they got like one or two games there, but I felt like they had a very appealing catalog at that state of play. Some things might not agree to you, some things might. But I feel like that state of play gave something a little bit to everybody.
Agreed. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
So let me get this $10 super chat from JD Gamer. Speaking of Evo, remember back when Sony had first money halted Street Fighter 5 Evo still had Street Fighter 4 and they had to use the 360 version at the event because the PS3 version sucked. Capcom remembers that. To be honest with you, I get what you're saying, JD. I do. I get what you're saying. But I don't think Capcom cares. They care about where that money is. And if
that's it.
If Sony, it's like this incident thing going on, like the Johnny Depp thing. He said in live court, I ain't never going to work for Disney again. But now it's rumored that, he might go back to Disney because supposedly they offered him like $300-400 million as like an apology to come back. Like,
money talks, brother.
I was going to say, how much money they had to offer that man in order for him to come back like that? Like, he about to cash out. And shout out to, nothing about it, but we won't talk about that stuff here. We saw that whole thing, though. My fault.
Yeah, I have a feeling that, not to get off subject too much, that Disney knew that if they want to do anything with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, they had to make that right or they'll never be able to. And because at this point, I feel like his fans aren't going to watch it, and his fans is the Pirates of the Caribbean fans.
Absolutely, man.
And
he is Jack Sparrow, bro. You can't put Tom Cruise in there to be he's Jack Sparrow. Bro.
Was that rumored? They were trying to get Tom Cruise?
I'm just saying some random dude. No, yeah.
But
that.
Yeah, it's like I said, JD. At the end of the day, as long as Sony made that right, Capcom ain't gonna care. They're like, we mad, man. And first off, whose fault is that really? Is that Sony's fault or is that Capcom's fault? They made the port for the PlayStation.
Right.
Well, if I remember right, and I do want y'all to correct me or somebody in the chat to correct me, I thought Sony funded that game.
Street Fighter 5?
Yeah.
You know what? I think that might be true because we was actually talking about this on my show the other day. Capcom didn't have a great 360 PS3 generation.
Not at all. They
were struggling at that time. And I'm pretty sure, I think I also read that hustle that PlayStation funded Street Fighter 5.
Okay, so there's definitely some credence to that because I remember doing research on it. But no, Capcom at that point they was down bad.
Yeah, they was down bad, man.
It was dire over there, and it was so much in fact that a lot of people wanted Microsoft to buy them, but say less, I guess. But it was just one of those things. I'm looking forward to I hope it has crossplay. Since we're talking on that level, and I hope it's crossplay everywhere. It's a fighting game. It shouldn't be. Look, it should just be crossplay. That's all I'm saying. It should be crossplay everywhere. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I'll try it a little bit.
I personally feel like we've gotten to a point. The moment Call of Duty went crossplay, everything needs to be crossplay. I don't want to hear, especially the bare minimum we should be handling is cross progression. Like there should be no. We need to be very strict on that. Like, look, if your game ain't crossplay, we ain't messing with it, because it's just like, unless they have reasons, like small indie developers. I know indie developers doing crossplay between PC and Steam and VR, so there's no excuse really. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there is extreme circumstances, so I'm not going to say like, everyone has to do crossplay. But I feel like, especially if you're a third party and you got millions of dollars at your budget, if you don't got a crossplay, there's no reason for it, none whatsoever. Mm. All right, so let's get it, man. Let's get it. The Xbox and Bethesda show. Okay,
Wait, Addict. Wait a minute. There's one more thing I want to mention. There's one more thing. I feel like we got to mention it. Yeah, Spider-Man coming to PC, to nobody's surprise. To absolutely no one's surprise.
Oh, you forgot that, Addict? I thought you were talking about that afterwards.
Yeah, I actually meant to bring that up afterwards. Like, look. We can talk about it. I was trying to be a little bit less spicy. I was trying to add a little bit less spiciness to the podcast. So hold up. We're gonna start with dirt.
Yeah.
Now, before the show, there was leaked images showing Returnal coming to PC. Mm-hmm. So I think we can all assume that when that said a fan favorite, first off, Returnal ain't no fan favorite. So I think we can throw that out right there. Right. But second off, when you saw that we're bringing a game to PC, Dirt, is that what you originally thought it was going to be? Returnal?
No.
Oh, so you automatically thought it was going to be Spider-Man?
No, I didn't know what it was going to be. Until I saw the Insomniac logo, then I was like, what is this? Then the Nix's logo gave it away. I was like, oh, Nix's? Oh, damn, Spider-Man comes to PC. Oh, my God. That Nix's logo gave it away. Because, like, Insomniac, you wasn't sure. Is it going to be Spider-Man? Yeah, probably. They're not going to do Sunset Overdrive. Bro. When you saw
that would have been mad. Actually, I think that would have been funny if it would have been Sunset Overdrive to PC. Yeah, like a remaster coming to PC and
you know what?
PlayStation.
It's already on PC, isn't it? Now that I think about it,
no, I'm talking about a remaster.
Oh yeah, that would be funny. Yeah. So when we saw that, now of course on like my boy Shaun 786 channel, we were just talking trash because let's be honest, PlayStation guys, there was Addict, you've been around for years. You know all of the narratives. You know everything those guys said. PlayStation would never put their games on PC. Then it changed into, they would never put Spider-Man on PC. That's their biggest franchise. And here we go.
Well, first it was God of War. Then it went to Spider-Man. You know what's funny? I've been around since 2014. Okay,
yeah,
I've been around these YouTube streets. Periodically making content. I didn't really take my personal YouTube channel seriously. We didn't make the Iron Lords podcast to I think 2016 or 17. I don't know. That's besides the fact. I've seen Resolution Gate. I've seen Puddle Gate. I've seen everything, man. I have. And what's funny is when you're seeing these PlayStation people, I saw the Xbox people did it the same way when that was starting to happen. When the Quantum Break went to what was that program
called? On PC.
What was that program called? Originally, they had a program that it was like cross.
What was the name of it? Hold on, wait. Damn it! It was a name. I can't think of the name right now.
Yeah, but Quantum Break was the first game they did it with. I seen it all. I seen Play Anywhere. That's what it was. Play Anywhere.
That's it.
Yeah, I've seen it all. I seen, there's a podcast where I'm on a podcast with Kofi, and I'm saying, look, this does devalue the Xbox brand, just like it devalues the PlayStation brand. But look, there is a matter of how much, and I think people get that mixed up. Does games coming from PlayStation to PC devalue the PlayStation brand? Yes. But to what degree? It's only really devaluing people that have PCs. And sure, I'm willing to bet you there's a lot of people that have PCs, but I've always, I got I got hit one time because I said this. I don't think anyone that goes out there and builds a PC and has a PC for gaming, they're not casual. Sure, there's some people that they play casual games because they want a PC, but if you're going out spending thousands of dollars or even like $600-700, you're not a casual gamer.
Right.
There's not a lot of them out there. Sure, there's millions of them, But when you're talking about the demographic of people, that's a very small percentage. And then people aren't going to get a PS5. But when you look at how many a game sells on PlayStation 5, like God of War, 20, 30 million. Sure, it's a little fluffed. But we ain't going to talk about that. 20, 30 million. It might be more. I don't know. So 20, 30 million. How much did it sell on PC? Not even a million, isn't it? It still hasn't even went over a million. So clearly, there's a demographic there, because when a PC person gets a PC, 9 times out of 10 they got it for a specific game, and they playing that specific game.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I'm glad you mentioned all those other things, because I'm glad to be able to talk to a guy that's been around. I was just one of the guys in the chat back in 2014. I always talk about this on my channel, but yeah. So to see Spider-Man be announced for PC, it was funny to me. It was a little funny. I got to be honest. It was funny. We just had a ball. We were laughing. We were making fun, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Jim Ryan himself said, the 10 to 20 million copies of their biggest first-party games sold is just not enough anymore. And you see, like they were announced today, Sony Band, they're doing a game with multiplayer in it. So they're changing.
Obviously, we've completely went off the rails. First off, people cooking me in the chat real quick. Let me address some of these people in the chat. Let me move my mic, man. I want to address some of the people in the chat saying addict, but that look. Okay. I'm trying to find out how I'm going to address this. Okay, Dirt. Let's say 10 people when Spider-Man wasn't going to be an exclusive. Let's say 10 people was going to buy a PS5. But they got PCs. So they're like, you know what? I don't need to buy a PS5.
Right.
If they don't buy 10 PS5s, that means there's 10 less PS5s being sold. Does that not devalue the console brand?
I guess if you want to say that.
Yeah, so to me, people saying, oh, Addict, they're different audiences. They're different audiences, but they play the same games. Mm-hmm. Like, you guys acting like I didn't say it's a huge portion. I didn't. It's literally a small portion of people that they're not selling, but they're selling probably 10 million more potential people that they can sell games to. It's not devaluing the brands, devaluing the console. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, if you have access to play that game, why does it matter where you're playing that game?
Mm-hmm.
But to say all it takes is one person. Kofi wouldn't buy a console. BG, obviously they bought it, but they don't need those consoles for those platforms. And the moment they don't need it, that devalues it. It's not a huge portion, like I said, but people need to stop acting like putting PC games on PC, putting console games on PC doesn't devalue that. It does. It's just the PC crowd is a very unique crowd, and it's hard to sell a game to them. They got a lot of stuff they got to go through, and I'm not saying that it devalues you to where no one here should buy a PC. I'm not saying that at all. If you have it, you need to do it, but the moment you don't need something because it's somewhere else, it's devaluing it. Why do you think they went from selling exclusives to console exclusives? I'll wait for the chat. Why do you think they needed to redefine the term? Because they can no longer use the word exclusive. They had to use console exclusive. That's fine, because they're going to make more money in the long run, because they're going to sell more eventually. Continue.
Okay. Well, I'll just say this. As we were, just as I was just sitting back listening, you said, Addict, you didn't want to derail a podcast, but I got to derail a little bit. Addict, question for you. What's my most anticipated game this year? You know the answer to this one, sir.
Uncharted.
No. My most anticipated game this year. You should know. I keep talking about
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yes. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, via a tweet from Limited Run Games, don't cut Shredder no slack. Shredder's Revenge Classic Edition will include stuff that I'm not going to read. So The other day when we saw like the state of play, I thought we would get an announcement for Shredder's Revenge, right? But I think we're getting that at Jeff Keighley show, if we're gonna be honest. Anyway, I say all of that to say this: Limited Run Games has announced different additions, and they had a live stream on Monday that was brought to you via GameSpot. I want to mess them up, the publication like IGN. They had a whole limited run live stream, and they had this thing where they showed off Shredder's Revenge. I'm thinking we get a release date there. No, they didn't give us a release date, but they told you some things that were going to be in the collector's package. You actually get a coupon from what's that? You actually get a coupon from Pizza Hut. I say all that to say this again. Not only did we not get a date there, but we didn't get a date today either. So they're selling everything, but they're not giving us a date. And I'm gonna need the limited run games. I'm gonna need Emu. I'm sure they're listening. I'm gonna need Tribute Games, Nickelodeon. Give me what I want. Stop playing with me, dog. Stop. This rollout is entirely too long. Y'all said the Summer Games Fest start tomorrow. Whoever's streaming this, when y'all see Shredder's Revenge, they're like, Hustle wanted to see this because I'm not going to be able to see it now. I had to go off on my little rant because I really want to play the game. Like it's taking too long. Like what's going? The joint was looking ready then. Addict, you played it at PAX.
Yeah, it was fair. I don't think I technically played it. I saw people play it.
Okay.
I saw King and them play. It's not for me, man. I told them because they were supposed to going to send us. I guess they're going to send us review codes or something. I said I'd give mine to you because I don't want to play it. So.
I can appreciate that, but still, like I see that, and it was just like, and it was as y'all was talking. I'm glad I wasn't on camera because the way my face just dropped, dog. I felt. You ever feel like deflated and angry, but just. He just was like, yeah, come on. We don't care. Just come on. Like, it was just one of those things. And I say all that to say this, and it brings us back to the state of play stuff too. I actually thought they were going to announce it at state of play. I'll keep it true with you. I thought they were going to either announce that at state of play, or I thought they were going to announce the Konami collection, but they announced neither one of those things, and I was disappointed again. I'm getting a whole lot of disappointment from what's going on here, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you know what?
PlayStation's at the center of all your disappointment.
Oh, well, no. I got all the PlayStations in two different consoles. I got PS3 and I got PS5.
I'm joking.
Don't do that to me, Addict. I want the game to come out, and I got people who I interact with on Twitter. Like I got a homeboy of mine. Shout out to my boy Mega. He was like, yo. He got a source that said it might shadow drop tomorrow. I said probably not, but I keep hope alive. I'm gonna keep hope alive.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let me get the super chat real quick in this member chat. So we got a $5 super chat from JD Gamer. Did you all see the reports that Saudi Arabia buying Embrace Your Group or at least starting to with $1 billion initial investment? So no Microsoft buying them. I didn't think that Microsoft was going to buy that company anyway. Like, look, no. Microsoft doesn't need that many. Microsoft having a hard time managing the studios they have. Exactly. I'm not trying to add like 50. No, it's like they have like a couple hundred, don't they?
Yeah,
like a ridiculous
some
amount.
Crazy amount. Yeah.
Now I wouldn't mind if they went to them like, "Yo, what you guys using that that IP for? Let me borrow that. I wouldn't mind if they bought some IPs from them. If you think about it, they are an IP heaven. Like they got like all the AA games that could go AAA if it was properly funded. Like they got a lot of them, but I don't know if they're ever gonna like properly fund some of these games. Then we got a member, Giga J with the member chat. Been a member for 11 months.
What up, boy?
Spider-Man PC is gonna have some of ray tracing tech used on Dirt's head in it.
Oh come on, come on, Giga J, show some respect.
What the hell?
Why? It was funny. I was reading.
Show some respect.
And what's funny is I don't normally like. I was reading as I was doing it. When I got to the end, I was like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have read that." Like,
no, it's all right, man. It's like Jigga J. Now like he be rocking out with us on WBT. They be roasting my head and they roast my complexion. They always talk about how dark I am. It's just crazy, man. But it's all good, man.
Y'all got it.
All right, so here we go, guys. It's the Xbox and Bethesda last call. Like I said, okay, Addict. I did this with, I think it was Addict Me, clearly. It was Dirt,
Forte was there, I think, wasn't he?
Forte, and Hargeek Shani was there. Right. So that was the people. Hustle wasn't here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over a couple of the things that we went over there. I'm not going to do the whole thing. It's too long. We ain't doing that. All right. We've got about 45 minutes on this topic. But first thing we're going to do is hustle. How do you feel about Xbox right now going into this event?
It's looking bad for Team Green over there, let me tell you.
Oh, looking bad.
Looking bad. I mean, you had 1.5 anticipated titles coming out this year. In
can we talk about that for a brief second? Why do people keep breeding Redfall and they're acting like people is looking for Redfall? Like, I'm not saying that game didn't have any hype in it and had no right being hyped, but we can all agree no one knew anything about that game. Sure, no one knows anything about Starfield, but we know what kind of game Starfield is for the most part. I didn't know what kind of game Redfall was. I knew I could play with 3 other people. That's about all. And every time, people will sit there, and you know how many videos I watched where people was like, oh, since highly anticipated Redfall and Starfield, I'm like, I ain't never heard one person say they wanted to play that game yet. We ain't seen enough. But continue, Hustle.
That's cap, boy. I might care about no Redfall for real. No, but since Redfall and more importantly, Starfield, it got delayed. It's looking bad, man. I mean, Addict hit me up a couple days ago, and you had asked me like what I really wanted to see from Xbox. All right, I'm gonna start with Gears of War. I'm definitely going to start with the Gears of War like remake. It probably won't be out this year. I thought that very seriously. However, I would like to see an announcement being made because.
Just to clarify, I would bring your expectations back down when it comes to that Gears. Oh. I would bring that down.
No, I didn't say it was going to come out this year.
And I, no, about it existing.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I see in the message people saying it's because Redfall's new. I guess maybe because I'm a huge fan of that type of Starfield stuff. But I can understand thinking about it, even though I didn't know a whole lot about it. I think maybe it's just I'm exhausted on the co-op stuff. I feel like everybody's wanting to do the co-op stuff right now, so maybe that has something to do with it. We don't know enough information for me to have like a real opinion on the matter, but I can understand. Now continue.
Yeah, so with that, I feel like they're gonna have to show a lot. Now I mentioned Gears, but also in the video that I submitted to Iron Lords, and if you guys haven't seen that episode of the Iron Lords podcast, you make sure you go check that out. Perfect Dark for me, and I do want to add something to that, but I want to see more with Perfect Dark. And like I said, they got the time to show it now, and actually some more information has come out since then, since ILP on Sunday, Addict and in Dirt. They have another extended showcase that's coming up like on like a Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, so they got a lot. So here's kind of what I want, right? I want to see Golden now. It's damn near all confirmed at this point with all the like leaks and rumors that we were seeing in terms of Golden now. There'll probably be a multiplayer, but I do want to see that on the Xbox stage because, yeah, as a person who has GoldenEye 007, I'm looking right at it right now, right in front of me. Those controls have aged absolutely abysmally. I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to rock with that today. Those controls are horrible. I tried playing it. Y'all know I'm a retro cat. I tried playing it. It's just not going to work. So I want that to be like a shadow drop. That you don't really need no promotion for the GoldenEye. Everybody who going to buy that, and I'm going to be one of the ones who going to go buy that. If we don't see it at Summer Game Showcase tomorrow, Shredder's Revenge, I'm going to keep drilling that point home. And one of the things that probably nobody hasn't mentioned probably in this community except me, right? AEW Fight Forever. That game is actually rumored to release this year. I say that. I said that they feel like they need to show it on the Xbox stage. Even though it's going to be a multiplayer, I feel like if they show it on the Xbox stage, a lot of people who are wrestling fans will probably be like, oh, okay, it's not WWE or WWF 2K or whatever. This is something.
Man, the game ain't looking too good, man. You saw them screenshots?
Yeah, I saw the animations are super stiff. I hope they delay it. I hope they personally delay it, but yeah. I got my thoughts on that. But if it is scheduled to come out this year, show that on the Xbox stage. Let's see. I would say show a new IP. Like Indiana Jones is the one that really like sticks out to my mind because I love Uncharted so much. Indiana Jones would be something that I would want to see this year, and even though that's a little ways away. Somebody had mentioned acquisition talk. I don't think they announced any more acquisitions. What the hell was the name of that game? Addict. The people who them people who made We Happy Few.
Compulsion.
Yes.
I said it first.
Yes, and I appreciate the both of you. I think we see Compulsion's new project. It'll probably be like a splash screen or something, but I have heard Phil Spencer talk awfully big about like, yo, I can't wait till y'all see Compulsion's new joint. They're making it seem like it's like their Last of Us or something. So, hey, I love that. I love that game in particular. So we'll see. We'll see if there's more to that in terms of what Compulsion's doing. I want to see that. Hellblade 2, I'm sure they'll show. If they got 2 shows back to back like that, then I'm sure they're going to show a whole lot. I see over 430 people in the chat right now. Can y'all please hit the like button and share it out? Tell a friend that we are back once again. And yes, I stole that from Big Bear Business, but that's not the point. Thank y'all for joining us. So let me get back to what I'm getting at. If we are going to show new stuff, Grounded, I know, y'all played Grounded before, right?
I played Grounded. I actually
second.
Recently, I had my girl download it because I figured that'd be a good game for us to play. Because she's been a gamer in the past, but she's never like really played for long amounts of time. So I'm trying to like get her like really comfortable with the controller. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy how good Grounded looks. Like
Really?
I
haven't played it in a long time. It looks good.
It looked good when it came out.
Didn't it? Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm talking about like the lighting in that game. It's crazy. Now I don't know what kind of game it is now because I haven't played it in so long.
Right.
But I had her download it because obviously it's in Game Pass. So it's easy. Even with people in general, it's easy for me to hit up Cog, yo, download this. Let's try this out because it's on Game Pass. Everyone has access to it. So I think I might actually try to stream that every now and then to see how that game goes. I remember, rest in peace to Dizzy. Dizzy used to be like really big into that game. Like he loved that game. And I feel like, games like that, and obviously Bleeding Edge, that was sad because I felt like that game could have went further than it did.
I agree.
But it's interesting where we're going to go. But, Hustle, just to rail it back a little bit. That's what is... Let's stay away from what you think's going to be there. What I want is, besides Gears, what do you want to be at this event? For you to come out at the other end of this tunnel that we know is the Xbox Bethesda train, feeling good, that you got everything you need. Because right now, you don't even, I don't think you own an Xbox right now, do you?
Not yet. I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, so right now, what is something they'd have to do where... Hustle, you look at that screen and you're like, damn, I gotta go buy an Xbox. Like, what's something that they would have to do at this event to get you on that train?
I mean, because it's hard for me to say that. I get why you're asking that question, but all the stuff on PC. I'll say this. A new Banjo-Kazooie, because I was gonna say, because we were talking about what I wanted to see on from Xbox. I wanted to see Rare Replay come to Game Pass on PC, but since I'm thinking about Rare Replay, I like to see like a new Banjo-Kazooie, or like a new like Viva Pinata come to the new Xbox in order for me to like try that out. Killer Instinct, like a killer, because they're gonna think I'm taking shots. I'm not taking shots at nobody, but if they announce some type of Killer Instinct, and how they set it up, and it's not free to play, it's not formatted the same way it was before. Because as y'all know, I've been on my fighting game kick. So if they announce like a new Killer Instinct, cool. Then I cop a Series S or Series X for that. I would definitely buy it for that. Well, Microsoft, Xbox, they're a little too big to have like a beat 'em up there, because I love beat 'em ups and stuff like that too. They're a little bit too big for that. I don't think that they have. They may not have a deal, but like the people who made like River City Girls or something like that, they may not have a type deal like that. So I wouldn't say anything in terms of beat 'em ups, but I don't know. Like I would like to see a Banjo-Kazooie there, because I used to play that as a kid too. What's up?
If they release Banjo, I would be extremely happy. You have no idea. What's funny is I cap for Banjo and I've never beat Banjo, but they continue.
You ain't get all the jiggy pieces at it. Come on, man.
I think what it is like, my dad got me into gaming, and that was like my dad's favorite game. So like it kind of like gravitated towards me when I grew up.
Oh, I got you. That's nostalgia. That's called nostalgia. I go through it as a retro gamer all the time. Dirk, I don't know how you feel about that, but that nostalgia is a hell of a drug, boy.
I love the old stuff, man. I have nostalgia too. I watch old movies, watch old YouTube clips, play old video games. I do. That's why I'm actually going
to stop the presses. Stop the presses.
Yeah.
Shout out to the finest, and he got this article from WCCFtech.com. Fable and Perfect Dark won't be featured at Xbox showcases, says friend of the show Jeff Grubb.
Well, yeah. we kind of knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know about the Fable so much, but I was looking forward to Perfect Dark. Y'all had me saying Perfect Dark look crazy out here in these streets.
I could have told you.
I could have told you.
Throw the show away because Perfect Dark and Fable ain't gonna be there.
No, not because of Fable. No, because Perfect Dark won't be there. Throw the show away.
Throw Hustle away.
Nah, bro.
Well,
nah,
I ain't going away.
Nah. Oh man,
that sucks. If that's true, that sucks, man. It's
okay, man. They got enough content. We'll see it next year. They got enough content in development.
I know, but that's not the point. Like, Perfect Dark was another one I grew up on. Like, playing as that, and the co-op would have been there. Like, playing as Joanna, playing as Elvis. But I don't want to get too far off the topic. But Addict, as far as that goes, I want to see like another Viva Pinata. Like, y'all remember how it was back in the 360 when they had all these titles from Rare and all that. I want to see that type of movement over there in order for me to get it. Compulsion's new game too. Like Compulsion's new game especially though. Like, because the Phil Spencer's going on about it, and it's like, and it's something like The Last of Us, even if it's quote unquote The Last of Us Light Part 1. Hustle be there for that, man. I'm there for that one.
So let me get this right. Perfect Dark is not going to be there. Throw the whole show away, but you want a Viva Pinata?
No, he had asked me before. He had asked me beforehand. I was answering the question. When I saw this earth-shattering news here, it made me stop. I'm not gonna lie, it made me stop. It made me stop in my tracks, dog. Like, that's Perfect Dark, dude.
I think the thing with Perfect Dark. Let me get these super chats real quick. Right. I'm one of the original. We got a member chat from Raiden Blade. He's been a member for 16 months. I'm one of the original RT Dirt creators. What is RT?
Ray tracing, maybe? I don't know.
Ray tracing, Dirt creators, especially on ILP. Anyway, Avowed and Compulsion should be the games dropped before any ZeniMax Studio game. I think he's referring to maybe because they've been bought by so long. I don't know. We got a $5 super chat from Restored by Life. Can we get Halo out of the hands of 343 via petition, or is it just Microsoft's problem? We ain't gonna really go too much in that. We talked about Microsoft. 343 plenty on here. I feel like we do got to give them a little bit of time to correct that. But here's the thing: people keep saying this company needs to take, that company needs to take Halo. The only company that is alive right now, that's in existence, that can handle Halo for every aspect Halo has, is 343. Maybe they need restructure in forms. I don't know, but I don't think people say acting like, okay, did you play the multiplayer to any Doom game? No. What? Like, how are you gonna ask a studio that's never made a game like Halo to make game like? They act like the only thing that's missing on Halo is the story. No, it's not.
Right.
Then we got We got a member from Hustle and Motivate. Been a member for 17 months. Throw the whole show away. Shake my head. Hit that like button, please.
Please.
We ain't throwing the show away, man. We ain't throwing the show.
No, sir, not at all.
Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to that, like, Perfect Dark, they got a lot of issues going on. I don't know if it's going to contribute to what's going on directly. They got to fix those, and I do feel like we don't need to see Perfect Dark.
I agree. I don't think we need to see it at this point.
God, I hate y'all. Hustle's a cornball. You want to get blocked in here, Hatcher? Don't play with me like that.
Oh, fuck.
See, the thing is,
I be on that type of time too, homie. Don't play with me like that.
There was a time with the Xbox One generation where they had to show every single thing they had in development, which wasn't much the second half of last generation. So when you think about a game like Perfect Dark, yes, we want to see the game. But if that game is a little further out, like the same thing with Fable, if those games are 2024, okay, we'll see them next year. I want them to show some games that's closer, some 2023 titles, or even some 2024 titles, but if Fable and Perfect Dark are further away, no need to rush it. Like we want to see something, see them next year. That's how it goes. You have this much content in development. I just think, you have the luxury of kind of picking and choosing. Like I said, Xbox didn't always have that luxury of having enough content to pick and choose what to show at their shows. So,
and to be honest with you, they're screwed no matter what they do. If they did show these games, I think they might pull a card and show a game that's a couple years away to try to make up for the Starfield lack that's at the show. Maybe end it with like a Fallout New Vegas 2, because I know that there was conversations to have that game.
Yeah.
But it's just like at the end of the day, we'll definitely get to Hustle exactly, what kind of like mic drop moments. They need to show gameplay, and I think that's what we want more. I don't want to see a lot of more announcements. Sure, I want to see some. I want to see new stuff, and I think they're going to show us new stuff, but they have announced so much stuff in the past couple years. Yeah. I want to see stuff on that at this point.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I don't want you to open up 6 more doors when there's 18 that's already open.
Hey, I like that
we have too many doors that's open. Let's close some of them before we continue on where we're going now.
I love that analogy, Alec. I love that analogy.
As far as like, there's an extending one. There's a second showcase that's on like the 12th or something. Knowing that that's there, I'm kind of curious if like Forza Horizon even shows up at this. They might show that expansion there. So it's curious on that. But Hustle, real quick, I want to hear your mic drop moment. Something that when you saw, you would act like Kid Smooth when they bought all those studios in 2018.
Well, it would have been Perfect Dark, but I don't want to beat that dead horse. Damn. Having a Hellblade 2 announcement, or have a release date for Hellblade 2, to kind of like go back on what you guys just said, like, you said just so many doors open, like let's start to get like release dates for the stuff that's been in early development. When they bought all these studios in 2018, but I figure the biggest mic drop moment though, and I don't know if they can announce it, but if Activision deal goes through, if that deal goes through, they announce that deal. Like they'll be like, hey, we just want to let y'all know that, this is the best place to play, whatever. You know how they do.
It would be crazy. It would be crazy, Hustle, if it's done and they are able to go out there and say we're putting all Bethesda and Activision, all those games into Game Pass day and date now. Like they like, imagine like the background lights up with all the Call of Duties but the new one, and it says they all in Game Pass right now. Like it would hit different, in Overwatch, that goes in Game Pass. So Diablo 4 shows up and it's in Game Pass day and date this year. Like it's going to be a big thing, man. It's going to be a big thing, and I honestly feel like I got concerns for how some things are happening, but I think it's going to be a good show. Like we're gonna rotate a little bit to dirt.
Yeah.
Obviously, last time we talked about this, it was before Starfield and Redfall got delayed. But now since that info sat on your shoulders for a couple weeks,
yeah.
How is your expectations going into the show now? Do you feel a little bit about the same, or is that completely changed from the last time we did this show?
No, I'm actually even more excited, because even though those games were delayed, they're still going to show those games off, right? And I definitely want to see Starfield, and Redfall is a game I was hyped for because, one, I am a huge fan of Arcane Studios. I finished all of the Dishonored games. I haven't finished. Well, I haven't even played Deathloop, but trust me, I will play it as soon as I can. No, I'm not getting for the PS5. But so, yes, I'm super hyped about it. Even though Perfect Dark and Fable would not be shown, like you just said, they have announced so many projects. Like I mentioned, I loved your analogy. Yes, we would like to see a couple of more projects. Maybe some new IPs, but at the same time, we want to see some gameplay from some of those announced games already, right?
And
maybe a release
windows at least.
Yeah, release windows for some of those announced games. Now, we know Fable, Perfect Dark, boom, put those to the side, maybe next year, right? But we still have, Hellblade, we have Compulsion game hasn't been announced, but we know they've been working on something. So that's something I would like to see there, because even though We Happy Few was a bit of a letdown, that game was originally crowdfunded. So, but you see the talent there, and I can't wait to see what their title is going to be. All we know we learned from like you guys show Iron Lord's podcast that it's a third-person action game, right? Didn't they say something like that? Mm-hmm. She said third-person action. So that's something I want to see. They have so much content. Oh man, in Exile, will they show up? Who knows? They're working on a huge AAA RPG. What else does Bethesda have? Will a new Doom be announced? These are a bunch of different things that I'm like, could this happen? Could that happen? And like I said, that wasn't always the case at Xbox shows. We always used to say, wait to E3. You know why we used to always say that, Addict? Because some of us Xbox guys, we just assume Xbox is going to show us something because they didn't show us anything the previous year. So wait to E3, they're going to show us something, then they wouldn't show us nothing.
We have said that a lot over the last.
Oh, brother, listen, I called myself out. I had a clip of myself saying, wait to E3 over, and I put it on a loop because I was saying, wait to E3, wait to E3. And yes, we said it.
You should.
They made fun of us, but it was what we was going through. But things are a little different now. So the show, I'm extremely hyped for it. I put out a tweet yesterday and I said, I haven't seen, Randall Thor, Jez Core, and any of these other guys, Diller, say, keep your expectations in check. He's like, usually every year they'll say something like that. I don't know if Rand will hear some things or Jazz heard some things. Even Tim Dog, our boy Tim Dog, he's super hyped. Tim Dog is always hyped for the E3s or the big shows. So
no one's told me to keep my expectations in check. I don't even think like Aaron Greenberg or anyone's come out like that and said that. Like, it's kind of weird because if Aaron feels like people are overhyping something too much, he's the first person like, whoa. Right. All right, I'm gonna need to see some IDs. Okay, get behind the door. Like,
he's like, chill, y'all. Okay, just chill out. Keep your expectations in check. So that's definitely a positive thing. But I thought they had a decent show last year. I thought they had a good show last year. You would like to see more gameplay. Okay, here we go. Just like a game like Contraband that was announced last year. I would love to see some gameplay from that this year. There were some other games that they have some Microsoft Global Publishing games that's being developed. We heard about all the rumors of Project Midnight and Project Belfry and all that other stuff. So yeah, these are some things I'm interested in, man. But I do want to see more gameplay of some of the games, like you said, that the doors have already been open. I want to see some of this stuff with release windows. So yeah, that's what I'm hyped about, man. And a couple of surprises would be good.
Yeah, I feel like we what 3 or 4 days from it now. It's Wednesday. We're close, man. And
yeah, it's pretty
close,
brother.
I always get excited about this around this time because it's just like
with gamers, man.
I know people get tired of saying it's like the Christmas for gamers, but it really is. Like,
it really is, man.
Because now I honestly say it's even worse now because I used to know what's going to happen. Like, I used to literally have people pop in and give me a list of the whole show. Like,
really?
There's a couple years where I literally had a whole list of the whole show. Sure, it would only be like a day or two before it happened, but it would be a list of the whole show. I don't know
and it was accurate
anything.
It was accurate?
Wow. Yo, Dirt. So sometimes it was in order.
Really?
It was in order, man. Wow. It said, like, there 1 year I had how long they were spending on each one.
Wow. But this year, nothing is leaking.
Nothing. I can't.
Well, that's good.
And I've even snooped. And I can't. No one knows anything. No one knows anything.
Wow.
It's just it's nice. I feel like we're gonna get some good game announcements. Good Game Pass announcements. We can go into that a little bit. Hustle. Mm-hmm. Are you a subscriber to Game Pass? Do you have that Game Pass Ultimate?
I don't have Game Pass Ultimate, but I do have Game Pass on PC.
So what is an announcement that you would personally want to see at this show, the Xbox Bethesda show, that says coming to Game Pass day and date? What's a game that you would like to see on there?
Damn. Well, most of the games that I haven't played, I have the ability to play. A game that I would like to see, but I know we won't see it, is River City Girls 2. We won't see that. Let's see.
What the hell is that?
You ain't never played River City Girls before?
No, it sounds like a porno to me, man. I don't know what's going on.
No, sir, it's not.
Adult movie.
It sounds like an adult movie to me, man. What are you watching over there, Hus?
Oh God, the uninformed. No, it's a beat 'em up game. It's a beat 'em up game. Ooh, I kind of think I answered that question. I would say this. The GoldenEye thing. If they can get GoldenEye and it's day one for Game Pass on PC or even on the Xbox or whatever, and if I got to go out and buy Xbox, I would say put GoldenEye over there because that seems like that's highly anticipated for me because that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, Dirt. So he wants to. First off, do you think GoldenEye would be an exclusive to PC and Xbox? Like, to me, the whole reason this happened is because Microsoft has worked with them, with Nintendo to get the license. They've had the license forever. So
yeah, I think it will be.
How people would say, well, I don't think it's going to be exclusive. How is it not exclusive? Microsoft worked the deal out. Like,
yeah. I think people just assuming because it's a James Bond game, it's not going to be exclusive. But like you just said, I think it's possible. It could be exclusive, man.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get these super chats real quick before we move on to the last topic. Well, we are on the last topic, the last segment of the topic. We got $5 super chat from Restored by Life. Why doesn't Sega just give their fans Sonic Adventures 3 instead of this Unreal tech demo stuff? To be honest with you, I wish Sega would just sell themselves to Microsoft and just be done with it. I'm going to be real with you. I don't like... Look, I'm not going to say the game isn't going to be good. Maybe this is something that we see now, but when we play in hindsight, it makes sense. I don't think that's going to be the case. But, you know, I got to see more on the game. I got to see more. I am going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you, Restored. It's definitely not looking good for that game. And then we got a $2 super chat from Iron Mike. Didn't Schreier leak one of the shows 30 minutes prior? I don't know. Did he ever do that?
I don't recall that.
I feel like Schreier would get obliterated for that. I remember one year. No, didn't Schreier leak he leaked the release date in the trailer for Starfield? Didn't he? Wasn't that him?
Yes, like moments before. Yeah, it was moments before it happened. I do believe.
It was literally like. What's funny is I started the stream because when we do streams, it's all on. I'm the one that does that because Cog don't know how to like make the pictures, like the cams and stuff over the overlay. So I'm setting this up. I finish it, and I'm walking across the street with my phone to get me something to drink to pump me up before the show. and I get over there and I'm looking at my phone. And all I see is leaked, Starfield trending, and I'm like. Everything in me, Hustle and Dirt. Everything in me wanted to click that and watch that trailer. But I was like, no. I made it this far, damn it. I ain't doing that. And I did get the date leaked because clearly you can't avoid that. They was literally using the 11/11 thing on the screen. They were leaking that 11/11/22. It was the thumbnail, so you couldn't avoid it. You were just going to get spoiled. Man, people are too much sometimes, man. People are too much. All right, so let's go ahead. Dirt, what's a game you think could hype people up for this Game Pass day and date announcement? What game should it
be? If they somehow, some way.
Oh God, the way he's saying this is about to be crazy. If they could some way.
Like had Gotham Knights.
I think that's a given.
Oh, you think that's like going to happen?
I hope so. That game. Yeah. Look, man. I ain't trying to speak down on the game, but I look at Gotham Knights and I'm like, that game needs Game Pass.
Yeah, that's kind. I'm not listen. My boy on my podcast, Joey. He's like, that game was great, Dirt, and we have a bet. I said the game will not be in the 80s Metacritic, and he said it will. So we're not betting money. I said whoever loses got to drink a raw egg on air. right, with the camera on. So,
No.
I don't think. I think that's the game because like the Madden rumor was debunked. I think Gotham Knights would be huge.
So far,
like
it was debunked. We don't know if that's real.
True. But I think that would be a huge thing. That would get people hyped if that game was in Game Pass. And I think a lot more people would play it that didn't plan on buying it. So, yeah, that's my answer, Gotham Knights.
You know, I'm about to surprise people, okay? Now, I think we're going to see Rand. I'm going to stand behind Rand on this. And if he ends up being wrong, Rand going to look around. He ain't going to see me. Okay? Like, I'm going to unlist the stream. I'm going to say I ain't never stand with him at all. I'm going to stand behind Rand and say, we're going to get a Final Fantasy VII remake. Day and date. Shadow drop for Game Pass. And I'm going to say, then they're going to turn around and announce Dead Space is coming to Game Pass day and date.
Hey, let me tell you something right now, my friend. If those two things happen, that will be huge. That would be huge. Absolutely. I kind of forgot about Final Fantasy VII because I'm just not expecting this to come to Xbox ever. Right? But yeah, that would be huge.
You know what would even be crazier? And I said this on the ILP thing. I don't know if this ain't going to happen. If they announced the Final Fantasy VII remake and then Square Enix comes out and they announce part 2 on their stage. Yo, if that happens, I'm gonna have a heart attack. We got a $2 super chat from Raiden Blade. Jason the Rat Man. He hates Xbox 20 minutes before. He's talking about the Starfield thing. Well, I got no problem with Jason. I do feel like sometimes he's a little bit too open with certain stuff. But it is what it is. He's a good journalist, though. Nothing. Look, you can disagree with that man, but you can never take his journalists away from him. He's put a lot of work, and he's a good journalist. $5 super chat from Gamer by Choice for Dirt. Everyone hit the like button.
Gamer by
Great
Choice,
show,
up, bro?
ILP and WBG.
Let's go.
All right,
love it.
I feel like that is something that needs that. $2 super chat from Flame. I just want to see Dragon Quest 2 and 3 remake. All right, so let's go Hustle real quick. Hustle, you wasn't here the last time. I want to hear your general thoughts of what you think this show gonna be. Do you think it's gonna be horrible? Are you gonna be clowning it the whole time? If you with us, don't be talking over the trailers, Hustle. Don't be talking over the trailers. How you think this is gonna happen?
Trust me, I'll behave myself. No, I don't think, even though I'm still a little worried about the Perfect Dark thing, but I don't think the show is going to be bad. I mean, I think Microsoft is in the unique, or Xbox, they're in a unique position where it's almost, well, I won't say impossible, but it's damn near impossible.
Don't say impossible.
I would like to say that because they have so much and they have so many IPs and so much to show. Like, I kind of feel like you can't fumble that bag. You can't fumble at whichever way you go, whether you show stuff in the future like PlayStation went through like 4 years out, whether you give confirm release dates on the stuff that we know is coming out, whether you do stuff like that, I don't really feel like they can fail. So I think the show is going to be really good. I think we kind of get a copy of what happened last year. You remember last year where all them announcements was in Game Pass and the show was like extremely good. Mm-hmm. I think we get a replay of that, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. I think we get a replay of that though. I think we hear more about nobody mentioned it, but I saw some things in regards to Halo Infinite. I think that they kind of, if they don't show certain things, I think that they'll go into detail in terms of like, hey, August, because it's rumored, like, I think about 343, I think, on the Halo Waypoint, I think. It was like, hey, it's rumored to drop the online co-op in August. So I think we get more stuff like that. And it's kind of impossible for, I know you said don't say it, but I'm saying anyway, it's kind of impossible for them to fail, in my opinion. I don't think that
if they fail, I'm blaming you. Like if they fail, I'm blaming you. You getting all the blame for it, man.
I'll be there. I'm gonna be laughing.
I think we might. I don't think we're seeing Halo on the main stage. I don't. I think it might be in the extended show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but I don't think it's going to be in the main stage. Like, to me, you're going to get a lot of eyes on the main stage, but you're going to get a lot of eyes on the extended stage, and those are going to be the hardcore people anyway. You're going to have a lot of casual people watch the main stage, but a lot of them aren't watching the extended one, and I think that's where that needs to be. Dirt, man. Since the Starfield thing, man. The dreadful day, man. The dreadful Thursday.
I'll never forget that day.
Where we showed offline on everything. We didn't pop up on anything. We was taking a day off on Twitter. We was maybe signing out on Twitter. I don't know what that's going on.
It was a rough couple of days, Addict. It was a rough couple of days, my brother.
So, do you think, what is some of your impressions on how this show is going to go now, since they have, because I will say, taking Starfield and Redfall out of the 2022 launch window can change this whole show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, I haven't agreed with a lot what that Hustle said tonight, but I am going out on a limb, and I'm going to say it. It's impossible for them to have a bad show.
Uh-oh.
First off, when Xbox had no damn games, but they still was able to put on shows, right? Now, 2019, in my opinion, wasn't a great show, but they had decent shows in 2018, 2017, and they had no games in development not named Halo, Gears, or Forza. So for them to have this much content in development that they have announced, and a lot of content in development that they haven't announced, there's no way this can be a bad show. I mean, I just can't. I know some PlayStation
fanboys. If this show is bad, if this show is bad, I am single-handedly blaming you guys. And I'm not even just a little bit, man. Man, you guys are jinxing this. How you gonna come out and say there's no way? We ain't gonna talk about that. Continue.
Last year's show, like Hustle said, was actually a pretty good show. This year, they might do something similar, except for with more gameplay, a couple more announcements, a few more games shown. I just can't see how this show can be bad. I mean, maybe I'm just being an X-bot or whatever, but I just can't see how this show can be bad. How could it be possible that this show can be bad? Would they just show a bunch of indies? Like 2019 was a bad show to me, right? It started off okay with a couple of good multiplays. Keanu Reeves came on stage, and the show went down. It was terrible. The rest of the show was terrible.
I was there live for that too.
So you got to witness it. Yeah.
I was disgusted, man. You know what's funny? Terrible. That was the last stage one, the one where people went to. I remember sitting there. That's the one with the deer game.
Oh my god! With the headlights. Oh man!
I'm sitting there by the end of that show. I was disgusted with life. I was disgusted.
Let me tell you something, man. Addict. I remember doing a YouTube review after that show, fuming. I was still steaming, and I was like, "What?" And then they showed Gears, but didn't show campaign footage. Like, what the? Listen, my point is, how can this show be bad? Okay, I know I don't like to use the impossible word, but this is a different Xbox. This isn't the same Xbox. This is a new, aggressive. They know what we want. They know what we, us gamers, that's been waiting. Show us gameplay. Like I said, they didn't show a lot of it last year, and this is a whole nother year has gone by, and I think they're going to show more gameplay and more big announcements.
And I've been told pretty much they're going to show gameplay. I was told you wanted the gameplay, you're going to get gameplay.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. Hey, band monies. Just wait to E3, right? Yeah, absolutely, bro.
All right, so we got two more things to go over real quick about this. I want from both of you, because now it's changed. I feel like this could change now. What are they beginning in this with? Because now, since Starfield isn't coming out this year, this could easily change. We're going to start with Hustle. Hustle, what do they begin this show with, and what they end the show with? Let me go on a little rant. People sit there and say, Addict, why do you care? Because I feel like it matters. It matters. All right, if they started with something trash, the whole show going to be trash. If they end it with something trash, the whole show going to be trash. What they start with this, and what they, especially they start. If they start this that deer game for 2019, we're going to sit there and have the same conversation. No. We want them to start it with their own. I don't know. All right, so Hustle. What do they? We'll start with Start first. I think that's fair. Let's start with Start first. What did they start this game with, Hustle? This event with? What do they start it with?
Somebody said it in the chat, and I do agree with them. I still think they start with Starfield. I think they start with it, and they announce that release date when they start with it.
I wholeheartedly agree with them. I still think they start with Starfield with actual gameplay this time.
You know what? I I got to do something different. Normally, I'd agree with you guys. I'm going to go with the pack, but I ain't going with the pack this time. I'm going to say they start with Avowed.
Ooh, that's a good one, though. That would be good.
They start with Avowed. I feel like that is the correct answer. You guys are the wrong, but that's the correct answer. They can easily start.
We will revisit this, sir.
All right, well, we're going to talk about who was wrong and who was right next week. All right, be there because I'm going to be right, and if I'm wrong, I'm still right. All right, so okay, you guys two were saying Starfield. I'm saying Avowed. You're probably going to be right there. I'm not going to lie, but I'm right because it's my show. So that's just how it goes. All right. So now, what are they ending this with? What are they ending it with? We'll start with Dirt. What are they ending this with?
Okay. I think they could possibly end with what you think they're going to start with. Oh, I said a new IP, right? Unannounced IP. I'm going to stick with an unannounced IP. Oh.
All right. What?
Yeah. I was thinking Avowed, but I'm going to say this. It's going to end with an unannounced IP. I'm not sure which one.
IP. You get 2 points if you can guess it. You get 2 points if you can guess it. But if you try to guess it, you don't get any points. That's how I'm
going to say that Project. I don't know if that Project Drag is going to be ready to be shown. One of those Project games.
What are the Project games?
What is Project Midnight? Oh no, that's Compulsion, right?
Compulsion's Project Midnight.
Project Midnight. I'm going with Project Midnight.
Fantasy's the one by IO Interactive.
Okay.
Whatever that one is the one by Certain Infinity. All right, so he going with a new IP. Something codenamed Project, which they're all codenamed Project, but we ain't going into that. So Hustle.
Yeah.
What are they ending the show with? What are they going to go? And we got one more thing for you. What's it going to be, Hustle? Someone said Elder Scrolls 6 gameplay. You are out of your mind, Brian Gaming. What are they ending this with, Hustle?
In the words of Pimp C, the same way we're going to start it is the same way we're going to end it. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, they ended with Hellblade 2 on the release date. In my opinion, I think they ended the same way they started it with when they revealed the Xbox Series X and they said, "Hey, we got one more thing." I think they put a bow on that, and I think that may come out sometime next year. I think
that would work. That would be dope with a release date too. That'd be fire.
Yeah. I feel strongly about that one. Yes, sir.
You know what I think they're gonna end it with?
What's that?
They're gonna end it with Avowed. I'm saying.
Hold on, we need to say we're starting with Avowed.
Look, man. All right, nothing in the lyrics say I can't put you. Look, at the end of the day, I feel like they're going to end it with one of them. So I feel like I'm gonna be right on one end, right on the other. And if they flip them around, you guys are wrong on both, and I win either way. Man. Well, I'm joking. I think they end with Kojima's game.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think he comes out in the straight jacket. No, I'm playing. He comes out and he says, "I'm going to be working with Microsoft. Here's our new IP," and he's going to play his game. Now, look, you guys know how I felt. Oh, is that what it's called?
Well, that leaks. Yeah, Overdose. That's the name of the game. Yeah.
Oh, well, you guys know how I feel about it, Kojima. I feel like his games don't really resonate in games. I feel like he should probably be a movie producer, more director, something over there. But I do know his name holds weight. And
it does.
I feel like if Microsoft's able to get him on board, and they're ending his show, it's going to be ended with his game. Like,
that would be huge, bro.
I don't see a round where they get Kojima. Maybe they'll open with it. I don't know. But I feel like you end it, you come out there, you say, "We got one more thing for you." They leave, Kojima pops up on the screen. He goes to probably promotes one of his friends' movies. But then he's going to show his new game. It's going to get labeled as an Xbox exclusive / PC. And then the world on Twitter is going to melt.
Let me say something, my
brother. Hold on. You know what would be crazy? If he has got the Death Stranding 2 license and that's shown here.
Oh, don't say that.
He probably won't have that.
Let me tell you something. if that happens, what you just described, Addict, with Kojima, I'm literally taking off the week for work just to talk trash on Twitter. Just to talk trash on Twitter for a whole week.
Hey, real quick, let me let my dogs rain. It's starting to rain outside.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Yep.
I personally feel like this year is a very good year for Microsoft. Look, I don't think they're going to. Oh God, please don't let me down. Like there's levels to this. You know, we got to get him on here, man. I got to get him on here. There's levels to this. All right, there's that level.
Dark.
Yeah, Dark.
Yeah, I'm sure you just asked him.
There's that level where we come in here and we'll be like, yo, they did they thing. Not really. You know, it is what it is. It was a good show. But then there's that. Yo, it was a good show, man. Like I felt like I was satisfied. There's like, they did it.
Yeah,
they did it. And I feel like I want them to be in that middle one. That's where I want them on the top, man. I want them where we're all just like, they did it. But I feel like Microsoft being Microsoft, and you know, I don't know if they're gonna get that. So I'm hoping at least in the middle, man. At least in the middle.
It is a new Xbox, man. This ain't the same old Xbox from last year.
It's not. And you know, I think that's because I do want to ask both of you. Obviously, you said yours, but it might have changed. Dirt, what's that game? What's that announcement you don't want to see? What's that announcement that you see and you automatically go in to give them? I guess they did their thing. Like,
so you saying the one I dumb like, like so. If I see it, I immediately say, "Oh." Man.
What's that announcement that you like? This is the bathroom break.
Anything Sea of Thieves related?
Oh, Sea of
I think that's my
Thieves
answer
related.
before too. Anything, because I know they're gonna show some Sea of Thieves with anything Sea of
I'm
Thieves
there
related.
with you with Minecraft.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just like, okay, yeah. I know it's coming. Hurry up, you know.
I don't know. Hustle, you there?
Yes, sir.
What is that announcement that you see and you be like, okay, I gotta use the bathroom right now, man. I don't need to watch this. This is bull. What's that one thing you do not want to see at this event?
Ooh. You know, I try to keep open.
I know it's Gears, right? That's what you don't want to see at this event. Gears.
All right. Okay, let's slow down. Let's slow down. If I had to pick one thing, you had mentioned it earlier, but and I'll say it because we won't see it. Death Stranding 2. I'll just say it because we won't see it. I always try to keep an open mind about stuff like that, though. Like I try not to sleep on nothing because I feel like nothing is. You know, people work hard on that stuff, and I can appreciate the fact that people work hard on it. I wish you would have hit me with that question before, like a few hours earlier. I could have really thought about it. And I can't. I'll be honest with you. I can't really. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because I always try to feel open minded about stuff like that.
Okay, and chat, feel free to put it in there too. I don't know if we'll have time.
Know.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have time to read any of them because it is going a little longer than I normally like. Got a flight with his $2 super chat. Bathroom break for me is Kojima. Yo, Flav is ridiculous. Okay, here's how I feel about it, okay? I am scared to death that they're going to feel like since Starfield's been delayed, they're like, we could show Starfield later. We don't need to show a big presence of Starfield. Starfield come at the Video Game Awards for all I care. I'm scared they're going to have that mentality that since it's been delayed, they're going to show a delayed game. And I'm scared for that. I want to see it, and I feel like if they can have an amazing show, but if they don't show us a decent amount on Starfield, people are going to automatically deem it an L. Look at behind Dirt. Dirt literally has the Xbox and Bethesda games show behind him, and it's themed after Starfield. If these people don't show Starfield, like I'm gonna be upset. Now, then we got the adjacent, man. What's clearly Hustle? Yours is Gears, right? Something that they announced is just gonna make you excited, happy. It don't really matter to anyone next to you. Screw everyone next to you. I don't care if they don't like it. What's that one announcement that you're going to be like, yo, they did right by me. Maybe not right by everybody, but they did right by me. Dirt, what is yours?
You know what? I would, for them to do right by me.
Sea Thieves 2, right?
Absolutely not. But a new Killer Instinct. Just,
Killer Instinct.
They would say they did not just me right, but us Xbox gamers, and not just
If that happened, I'd have to go watch.
It can be a year away. It could be 2 years away. Like,
you just want to see
just announce it. Just announce that they're making it. Yeah.
If they did that, I'd have to go watch. If K Mega is streaming this,
right? He gonna go crazy. Yeah, he gonna go crazy, man. He love that game. Yeah, it's a solid game, man. So yeah, they will like Xbox. You did not just me, right? You did us Xbox gamers, right?
All right. So Hustle, what's that game, man? Is it Gears? Is that what we're gonna say?
Yeah, Gears is the quick answer. Perfect Dark will be like another one, but they probably won't show that. Hell, I'll just take a shot in the dark. RC Pro-Am. I know they're not gonna show that, but RC Pro-Am. That's just for me. Like I said, that's rare. That's rare. I enjoy. That's the first game I ever played, man. I mean, because everybody knew that answer was gonna be Gears. Everybody know that's what that answer is gonna be for me. So I do want to switch it up a little bit.
If they give me, like,
I remember that game.
If they give me like a remake of Fable or Fable Collections.
Oh, that
would be mine. Like, I can honestly say, or Fallout 3 collections, or Fallout collections in general, or Fallout 3 remake. That would be mine. I would get a lot of hype behind that. Give me, Final Fantasy. That happens. Persona announcement. That happens. But if they announce that they bought Sega, then you would officially have me flipping shit. So it's the last one, man. Right now, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I feel like we all assume this is going to be a good show. But 1 to 10, what do you think you're going to rate this show Sunday? 1 to 10. Hustle, what you going to rate this show? On your mind, out of what you see now, what is you think you're going to end up ranking the show? You think it's going to be a mid-show? Think it's going to be a good show? What is your assumptions on what number you're going to give this show as of right now?
Well, I'll say if it's anything based off of the predictions that I had earlier, like, I would have to give it a 9, either 9 or 10, because if it's anything like last year, how it was, everything kept coming and it was like a really good show last year. If it's anything like last year, then I would have to give it a 9 or a 10. 9 or 10 person.
What's your going to be, Dirt? You going to say 10? Is it 10?
I'm rolling 9 or a 10, just like Hustle said. 10? Yeah. Because I gave last year's show like a 8.5, so I think this show is going to be better than that. So
I think I'm going to give it 8. I think right now, I think they're going to do what they need to do. There's obviously stuff they can do. If they give me any kind of Fable, it's going to be 10 out of 10. Anything Fable, you get 10 out of 10. That's the laws, Microsoft. You want Addict to give you a 10 out of 10. I'm easily bribable, by the way. My PayPal. I'm joking. Look, if they give me some kind of Fable, man, I might go a little bit more to the right. But 8 out of 10. I hope it's a 9, 10 out of 10. That's a fantastic score. I hope they show up, man. Show us gameplay. Show us good stuff of Starfield. Good stuff of Avowed. Show us, maybe a Fable remake. Come on, man. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie with some gameplay. Why did they announce the Banjo-Kazooie that coming out this year?
I think that'd be cool.
Once it's if it's been rumored and someone is making a Killing Instinct coming out this year,
that'd be fine.
Yeah, so it is what it is, man. We got $2 from Apollo Cooper.
Apollo
Cooper. Ed Boon has been teasing about Xbox Fighter. I hope that's the dude from NetherRealm, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I hope, man. Huh. I hope you guys enjoyed the prediction show that we had. A little bit of we had to get Hustle, man. We had to get Hustle's things right before the show. The show will be Sunday. And, I'm pretty sure Hustle going to be streaming with us. Where are you going to be streaming, Dirt? Are you going to be streaming with someone?
Yeah, absolutely. On my channel, we're going to be streaming WBG. All of the homies at WBG, we're going to be streaming, having a good old time. Then after the show, we're going to go to my boy Shaun 786 channel. I guess we're calling the after show, after party. Talk some trash there. And, maybe we're going to have a good old time, bro.
Now, it would be crazy if it's so bad you don't do that after party. You go
if it's bad, we have to do the after party. We gonna say, what, I'm just about to cut off and log off.
I'm tired, man. Let me get something to eat.
Exactly.
We got a $2 super chat from Aura Wolf. Addict was doing lunch with Microsoft. Man, shit, I wish I was doing lunch with Microsoft. Babe, let me tell you right now, all right? If I'm doing lunch with Microsoft, don't be calling me, All right, I'm eating steak on they dollar. I'm eating lobster on they dollar. I'm eating all kinds of stuff on they dollar. You know, it's going to be different. It's going to be different if I go in there and stuff. I'm gonna be looking at that, looking at the price point, bringing up my phone, do a little calculator. If it's Microsoft's dime, I'm just ordering, not looking at nothing. Just I want this, I want that, I want this. My plate, my side of the table is going to look luxurious, or whatever you want to pronounce that, man. I don't know, man. It's gonna look luxurious. It's gonna look great. It's gonna look amazing. You're gonna look at my thing, and it's gonna look like someone is promoting their business on my side of the table, man. It's gonna be so full. I ain't gonna even be able to fit my phone. It's gonna have to go in my pocket, like my pocket right here. It's how you gonna fit on the table, man. I appreciate you for coming through, man. Dirt, where can they find you, man? Where can they find you?
My channel, Dirt Griggity. You know, I have a lot of fun over there. I'm definitely pro Xbox. Most PlayStation fanboys won't like my channel, but it's okay. So stop on by, man.
Yes,
I'm gonna leave it in the. You mind if I put the link in there?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I'm on to leave the link, guys. Thanks. Yeah, like stop on by, man. You know, we had a good time over there.
Hey, what's funny is when I see your little skits on your channel, man, I'm like, yo, you know, you kind of remind me of like a different version of Z. How he does his like weird stuff, man. Like you guys are like one of us. I didn't think anyone else done stuff like Z, but then I started watching your stuff like, yo, this content funny. It hit different.
Yeah,
like,
man. We have kind of clips, skits. We just. You know, I don't know if you ever seen when I did the crime, like PlayStation Man Baby. I don't know if you seen when I do that, and I do a voiceover. I mean, stuff be funny, man. It'd be fun. You know, we have fun. You know, we talk trash, but we also talk gaming news. We talk about what's going on in the industry. We talk about what's going on in our community. So yeah, we have a good time, man.
See, there's realms to the crumb side.
Man,
exactly.
Like you got the bottom. You know, the people that go all the way straight to the bottom. You got them. Yeah. Then you got like the little the couple steps up. You know, it's like you got this giant hole that a meteor made years ago, and that's the crumb side. And then you got the society on the outskirts. That's the people that make good money, that don't, they don't worry about nothing. Then you got like the giant castles in the corner. Those are like the millions and millions of subs. Then you got the crumb side in the middle. And the crumb side, it varies. It's big, man. It's a lot of real estate. There's a lot of real estate down there. But the farther you get down, the darker it is. And then once you get to a certain further down in the crumb side, you got to just start swinging, man. You got to walk and swing because you can't see nothing. You got to walk and swing. But, I would say Dirt's at that point, man, where, he can easily reach his hand up and touch the top. But he don't want to be at the very top, man. He want to be in a little bit in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I like kind of, ruffling feathers a little bit because, back in the day when I wasn't doing console war stuff, had a much smaller channel, I still had people coming after me talking trash anyway. So, okay.
At the end of the day, man, the good thing about being in that crater that the meteor made once upon a time ago that's created the crumb side is if you're in that crater, you're uncancelable. You can't be canceled. Like see, you can only be canceled if the people following you care. And I can honestly, and I can 100% tell you guys, they don't care. But I appreciate you for coming through, man. Hustle, where can they find you at, man?
I mean, they can find me. I tell you what, you can't find me. You can't find me on the crumb side. Y'all got that one. I'm gonna let y'all hold that down. That ain't my thing. That is not my thing whatsoever.
See, I'm not on the crumb side either. We talking I have this little campfire at the very top, right next to the stairs, man. Right next to the stairs, going to the crumb side. If I want to, I stroll down there and see what Dirt's doing, man. He a neighbor. He a neighbor. He a neighbor in the crumb side, but I'm not in the crumb side because I'm not allowed to be, unfortunately. So
man said I'm just visiting. All right, listen, I say this, man. Look, I should be back. It shouldn't be a problem, but I should be back Saturday with the live stream. I'll probably go over this topic, treat it like a robbery. I get in there, get you out on my channel, Hustle and Motivate on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter too. I have fun over there on Twitter every so often, and I really kick it and have a good time. Slow-mo. Christ, I was trying to find Slow-mo's channel. Y'all make sure y'all check out the DPS podcast as well every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time between Gaming Forte and Slow Mo Backslash channel. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. I'll have a video on Sunday. It's my Last of Us playthrough, so there y'all go. You'll see that for the next, I say, month and a half. So there we go. I'm good. I'll see y'all. Wait, I'll see y'all again. What, Sunday? Right? Yeah, I'll see y'all Sunday. I probably won't have a stream chat in there, so I'll see y'all Sunday on this channel, ILP channel. I'll be here.
Double Fine literally just came out openly, said, because Boom put, was Double Fine showing off something? Maybe, I don't know, Badger Kazooie, and Double Fine said no.
Said no, I saw that.
Yo, you gotta have some balls to come out and be like, we ain't gonna be there, fam. Like, at least give the people the illusion of hope, Double Fine. They're like,
nah, we ain't gonna be there, fam.
They're like, fam, sit down. Ain't no Banjo Kazooie coming from us. Sit the hell down, Boom. I love that. You know, appreciate we're gonna see. We'll be back next week with the receipts on me being right. Appreciate everyone coming through, man. We had up to like 460, 70 people in here. Hit that like button. I like to get it above 200 before the end of the show. Got 9 likes, man. I'm sure there's 9 of you in here that's been watching this on your phone. Well, we're doing whatever you doing. I don't know. Maybe some of you supposed to be working, but you ain't. But that's okay. We in the, you know, we good. We ain't snitches in these. We don't snitch. I'm sure we can get that easily above 200. It's 4 likes, man. 4 of you people have been able to like this podcast. There's 2 likes. Let's go. 2 more likes.
There we go.
There we go. Now we can end the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you all. I get to go to sleep now. Thank you all.
I appreciate every coming through. And, you know, like I said, follow both of these. I will say that the ILP, you know, the crew will be reacting to the to the Xbox prediction show. Well, Xbox Bethesda prediction show. And until next week, until the receipts show up that saying I was right on everything, we'll see you next week. Peace.
All right,
y'all.
All right.